Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Africa. Good morning, world. My name is Barrister Pink Republic, aka the Princess of Umokbo Oka, Anambra State. Today, it's all about the love affair. But I'll kick off with a very familiar one, which has been trending. I'll kick off with Rosy Mamoa. I think that is how they pronounce her name. So breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Churchy said, which court is she taking me to? That's what he's feeling like. Which court did Rosie Mama take him to, right? Um, I wanted to I wanted to bring out that fact so that I will read it for you people because let me speak pidgin. It is shock am say Rosie, which court I use marry you? It is introduction oh. Why are you filing for divorce? That's what Churchill is feeling like. Why is Rose fighting for filing for divorce when he does this introduction? So, businessman Churchill has responded to the divorce filed by his estranged wife, Rose Mama, saying how can she fight to divorce him in court when all they did was an introduction, which he says is not a legally recognized marriage. Oga, pause there. So actually it was Linda EKG, yeah. It was Linda EKG that actually broke the news last, I think, was it last week? And saying that she was hearing that Rose Mama just filed for a divorce. So Linda actually broke the story last week that Rosie Mama had filed to divorce Churchill after 5 years of marriage and 2 children, following his very public reconciliation with his former wife, Tonto Dike. In a statement released on social media this morning, Churchill said that there is no base for Rosie to file for a divorce in the courts, as what they had was a wedding introduction and not a church wedding or a court wedding. He also stated that he was neither served a legal document for notice on the hearing for the dissolution of their marriage filed by Rosie. He said people who are not knowledgeable about the law and media are wrongly advising Rosie. He dismissed the notion that Rosie stood by him while his ex-wife actress Tonto Dike dragged him online while he fought for the custody of their son, King Andre. He said anyone else could have stood by him if Rosie wasn't in his life. He said, he said, and he said he and Toto wronged each other in the past and have chosen to forgive themselves. Rosie, Rosie, Rosie. Wow, wow, wow. And the way he captioned, he said false divorce claims and public misinformation. Okay, so I think Rosie can try the customary courts. Yeah, if she's looking or seeking for a redress, she can try the customary courts. Yeah, because maybe to her that introduction means marriage in their own sense, and maybe he must have paid 1 or 2 things like list and all that. But let me just give you an insight on what customary court does. So customary courts in Nigeria are grassroots judicial bodies established by state laws to administer indigenous native law and custom. They serve as the lowest tier of the judiciary, providing affordable, accessible dispute resolution for civil matters like marriage, land, and inheritance based on local tradition. Iwozi can also opt for mediation too for this dissolution of marriage. So let's look at the key aspects of customary courts. So jurisdiction. They have authority over native person within their district to resolve civil disputes guided by local customs. Then the compositions. These courts are typically presided over a chairman or a president, often supported by members with knowledge of local customary and tradition. Because from the notice attached to this picture, you will notice that did Rosie go to the high court? Okay, let me just continue. So law applied in this customary court. They apply native law and custom, provided these rules are not repugnant to natural justice, equity, and good conscience. So let's look at the hierarchy. They are subordinate to the magistrate courts, high courts, and the customary court of appeal. Are you hearing? So let's look at appeals. Decisions can be appealed to the customary court of appeal. That means from the first instance, when you approach the customary court, if you believe you are not satisfied, you want to appeal, there's still the customary court of appeal, which is classified as a superior court of record. So what are the procedures? Proceedings are often less formal than higher courts, right? Aiming to resolve community level disputes efficiently. So these courts play a crucial role in maintaining peace and resolving conflicts in local communities, particularly in rural areas. So I will encourage Rosy Mama to approach the customary court. So because maybe Churchill paid some certain things that bind her own culture to say, oh yeah, I'm being married culturally, you understand, and why he must answer, because in that cultural code they have to settle how he will be taking care of the children and money for maintenance and all these things. So Rosy Mama, I wish you all the best, but like you said, let nobody deceive you. You understand? It is not any other court, but for now I will encourage you to either go to mediation or you go to customary court. Approach those two. You understand? Maybe during the time of mediation, maybe you tell him what is going on in your mind. You understand? And he will understand that this and that. But Tonto DK is dating someone else from what I saw. And his son is always coming to his house, to his father's house. Are you saying that his children don't have the right to come to the house? Is there more to all this thing, Rosie? So Rosy, if you notice my kind of person, there are some people, their cases I don't want to delve in, because sometimes relationship, the foundation matters a lot to me. Because if she was not mentioned, let me tell you, if she was not mentioned during the marriage, during the time of Tonto DK, during the time Tonto DK was married to Churchill, maybe I would have said some certain things, right? But because of she was mentioned, it was looking as if she may intermeddled in their marriage, and that is why where they got in. So they got to this place because of one thing or the other, right? I know she has said Tonto DK is her sister. In another production, she says she's not related to Tonto DK. So I get scared sometimes when she does things. It's scary to me. So I don't want to say much about this whole thing, because even when Linda actually broke the news, I saw a video. She was trying to put her hands on her waist and trying to reintroduce herself. If you are not married legally, I don't know why you are changing your name in the first place. Some people do that on their own without an affidavit or anything. Change their name on their own and start bearing this and this and that and that. People don't know that the essence of marrying legally is because if you want to change your name should be legal and tied to another legal, which is marriage. You understand? And you must have married in a place, either in a place of worship, in mosque, Catholic, whereby they have the license to marry you. So I wish you all the best, Rosy. You end up being my namesake. So I want to speak about Akon. Yeah. Akon says life was easier in a relationship with multiple women, and they say it sparks debate. Is this supposed to spark any debate? So superstar singer and entrepreneur Akon has said that life felt easier for him when he was involved in relationships with multiple women, a remark that has generated fresh debate around polygamy and relationship and dynamics. Akon was Akon made the statement. So they bought like there, I will smile. So Akon made the statement during an interview on the Shade Room, where he reflected on his past romantic experiences and his current personal life. He explained that being involved with more than one partner at a time previously came with less pressure compared to monogamy, adding that he found that phase of his life more comfortable. My life, in quotes, I'm quoting him, my life was very much easier when I had multiple women surrounding me. But me being with just one woman is a lot harder. When asked about his current relationship status and how many women he is presently dating, Akon declined to give a direct answer. Guess what? To me, do you know why he refused to give a direct answer? He had no one. I plead the fifth. It will be incriminating to answer, he said, avoiding further comments. Let me tell you, all these people that usually have multiple women in their life, they always end, see, it's not they always end up lonely. It is a fact. Go and check it. It is a fact. They always end up lonely. You know why? By the time, at a time in their life, a lot of women took them seriously, but they'll start telling other women, look, don't put your mind and soul in this kind of person. He is not somebody that you will labor for. How can a man with 9 children with different mothers saying that is not? So you can't pick up one of the mothers and get married to? So you want to tell me you've never met a good lady in your life that you know that you're going to spend the rest of your life to? Maybe you are busy dragging the whole relationship to a part that the lady or the ladies must have given up on you, and they decided to move forward. Now that you think that you want to rest, he's 53, for Christ's sake. At this time, if you are not having a partner, that both of you will grow old. Let me tell you, will grow old and lonely. My father, he had a friend that is a photographer. He lived his life like this. That photographer lived his life like this. But at a time when he was growing older, he had no one. He had no one to love. You understand? He had no one to love him because he had played. And after playing, at the end, you bear the consequences. So the truth about all this whole thing is that you'll be playing. When you really need it at the time of your life. Do you know that my father's friend died in his house? Nobody knew for days that he died. He was lonely, nothing. So be very careful how you think, because I'm a man, I can do this, I can do all. At a time when you need it, you might search for it and you will never find it. So just be out there. That is the only thing I will say. Oh, so let's move over to the movie section. So number one movie I want to recommend to you people is A Killer Among Us. I just watched this movie. I watched this movie on Tuesday, and it's on YouTube. Yeah, it's on YouTube, and it's a 2012 movie. I watched this movie. Most of these olden days, all these how will I say, thrillers and all that, they are very, very interesting. I think we should be thinking and working on our storyline in this current time, because we are lacking that originality. We are trying to copy things and too much imaginations that are not there. But actually, this is a true life story, but the person does not want to. So all the names in the films were replaced with imaginable names, and but that film, if you watch it, go and watch it. It's on YouTube. It's titled A Killer Among Us. That film, what you will notice that they wrote the title on the film itself. Yeah, but they wrote another thing there, so you have to be watchful. That film broke my heart. I watched this film. A girl didn't know, found out that her father, which she didn't know was her stepfather, actually killed their mother. Look, it's a must watch. You need to go and watch this movie. Then Wura, yeah, Wura season 4 is ongoing. Episodes, they show it I think every Monday or so. For a while, I because of I rely so much on Showmax when Wura will come and all that. The truth about this whole thing is that the movie, when I started, I became confused. You know why? They changed a lot of cast there, and I don't know why. But the one I really loved that they changed was Wura's daughter, because when you look at the yellow girl that was there before, there's no relationship between Wura. In short, even Wura's stepdaughter looked like Wura more than. So I think that was a miscast. Yeah. And the guy they bought as Tumi's brother, they changed to me. That's the main character. The guy they brought as Tumi's brother really looked like the past guy. So nobody is indispensable when it comes to film. You have to behave yourself. Then the storyline this season 4 is very rich, but there's something I want to beg DSTV app. Sometimes when I try to log in, I don't know if it's my internet, but I want them to work on that. You know why? I like the way Showmax is. I wish they just change Showmax, the name, to DSTV app. How I wish. But now they've migrated to that DSTV app. I want it to be easier to log in and log out when you are ready, because sometimes when I log in, finish watching, enjoying it, there's the pause, I want to go and do one or two things, I have to switch off the TV because it might take 1 or 2 hours, because obviously I might be driving out, coming back. I found out I cannot log in back. It will take a very, very long time. So please, I want them to work on that. Let it be as easy as Showmax, when you can open at any time that you are ready to watch. So I want them to work on that. They don't see it as criticism or trying to chase out their customer, but it's something that I can reach out to them for them to work on that. It's not easy for us to like pause, come back, give myself 30 minutes. In my house, we like offing the TV. Yeah, we like offing the TV. Not that let me go and do 30 minutes and the TV is on. No, we are used to offing the TV so that we can come back and watch. So please make it easy for someone to like relaunch, like going back immediately and watch. So let me just put it out there. So the last but not the least on this my storytelling is Evil Twin. This Evil Twin is a documentary. It ran for 6 seasons. There are so many things that we have not encountered here in Nigeria, and these are some things that's why the likes of other platforms and all these platforms, like online platforms, are there for us to catch up on so many things. This is a season on twins, a series on twins. These are real life stories, but they will bring people that will enact the scenes and all that. These twins, it's 2012 too. These twins, what they do, because they were giving birth to the same time, maybe they believe they are one and the same. So it's a must watch. It's a documentary, but you will enjoy it. It will look like a film, right? But somebody is narrating it from behind. If you like all round crime stories and all that, you will enjoy watching this series of Evil Twins. I'm telling you. So I don't have much to say today. I hope you enjoyed the program today. But don't forget to shop with us at Antoinette Supermarket, 87B Olani Street, New Okoba, Lagos. Bye for now.